of you people were as upset as I was about the museum and stores and what they're selling, you know, like this is some more of that stuff I was talking about. Big artisan fair, the museum. They even have a catalog of stuff you can buy at the museum. Wristwatches. You want to buy a wristwatch? Go to the museum. Children's games, stuffed toys, ballpoint pens, little nicky-nackies for your dress, to wear around your neck. These are the kind of things that they sell in the museums. We don't need that stuff. Museum is not a shopping mall. If you want to buy a wristwatch, go to a shopping mall. You don't have to go to the museum. What's the matter with those people? It's like money changers in the temple. We got to throw them out. Them in them restaurants they put in there, those fancy restaurants, to eat these little fluffy foods and stuff. Get them out of there. They don't need to be in the museum. The museum is supposed to be for art. It's like if art is a religion, then the museum should be the church. And you don't need to have all that trinket stuff to sell, and it's all a distraction. It has nothing to do with art, nothing at all to do with art. It has to do with making money. They've turned museums into malls. I'm glad some of you people agree with me for once. And I'll tell you what to do about it. If you go to the museum, which as I said is a church, right now it's filled with junk, but that's okay. We'll eventually turn that around. But what you can do right now is if you go, do not buy anything in there, not even a postcard, and do not eat in there, not even a cup of coffee. The only way you'll get them to come to their senses if nobody buys the stuff. I mean, who would go to the museum to buy a wristwatch? What is that? Look at all this junk. And a clock. Clocks for your house. Do you think there's any true art in a place like that? I hardly think so. You see what's happened to culture in this country? It's been taken over by the money people. All they want to do is make money. Money, money, money. Forget about art, forget about culture. Let's just make some money, and we'll just put the art on the side there to draw people in. It's pathetic what the culture is in this country. It needs to be changed, and you can help. Don't patronize these stores and the museums. Don't eat in these museums. Go there and look at some art if you want, or whatever they have in there. Don't listen to the docents. Look around in there, see what you see, and then get out. Nothing's going to change unless we get mad. We can't just keep accepting this. We'll say, oh, well, that's art. That's the way it is. It's not the way it is. And that's not art. That's a bunch of crap. Now we're trying to learn out what true art is. I'm trying to make you aficionado so you'll know what true art is. And when you go to a museum, you'll expect to see it. If you don't see it, you're going to tell them you don't see anything in here but junk. and you want them to change. Make those curators go out and look for stuff rather than sit there and wait for everybody to deliver it to them. Those curators sit in their big ivory towers and make everybody bring them stuff. And then they look at it and decide, well, maybe I'll take that. If this critic over here says it's good, maybe I'll take that. And oh yeah, I'll take this, whatever this critic says. Oh, you paid a lot of money for that? Oh, okay, we'll bring that in too. Is that any way to find true art? I think not. They ought to get out of their buildings and get out and look around in the art in the country and see what's going on out here. I've been doing art, nothing but art. I don't sell insurance or pizzas or anything. When I quit my job to be a painter, that's all I've ever done. I haven't drawn a paycheck since. 44 years. That's all I've done. Not once in 44 years has any curator ever come to my studio, and I've lived in this same house. My studio's been here for the entire 44 years, and not once has any of them ever come over here to see what I've done. And don't tell me they haven't heard. I've been on in every newspaper, on television. And Les Blank made a film about me. It's been premiered at the San Francisco Film Festival, played all over the country. You'd think that you can't say they don't know who I am. But they won't come over here to see my work to find out if it's any good. I'll throw them out anyway if they come over now. But before, they could have had a chance to come over. See what I'm doing. I don't care if they like it or not, but they should at least come over and see what I'm doing. But they sit in their ivory towers up there and figures out ways to sell trinkets and bring in these big high-price museum shows and sell tickets so they can make some money. Well, it's time we threw those money changers out of the museums. So that's all for today. I'm upset. Go to my website, send me an email. I'll see you next week.